Welcome to SVG-TV's news for December the 3rd, 2019. I am Barvin Olver with the details. 524 primary and secondary school students today receive educational support from the Republic of China on Taiwan through its embassy. The handing over ceremony of the bursaries amounted to $120,000 took place at the Methodist Church Hall in Kingstown. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Michael Burke, shared a story to the recipients about the bursaries, which he said put into context the generosity of the Republic of China on Taiwan to SVG. He further told the students that they are living in a land of opportunity, and the opportunity cost should not result in opportunity lost.
The gentleman dipped in the bag, broke the cookie in half, and gave him peace. And he said the audacity of this gentleman. How could he? So as he boarded the plane and he began to unpack his luggage, there he found his bag of cookies. So the cookie was partaken of was the cookie belonging to the gentleman. The generosity of the Republic of China on Taiwan is not out of abundance that they share, but through their toil, through their hard work, we are recipients of their generosity. So students, this afternoon, we need to say hearty thanks to the government and people of Taiwan. And we ask that we continue in the same vein, that we continue to share for the benefit of St. Vincent, the benefit of Taiwan, and for the benefit of the children.
Parliamentary Secretary Deborah Charles thanked the Republic of Taiwan for their educational support to the less fortunate children in SVG and encouraged the recipients to work hard to succeed, which she said would be the best way to show gratitude to the ROC.
Therefore, I wish to extend to you and ask of you that you convey our gratitude to the government at your earliest convenience of how pleased we are for being recipients of your generosity. Therefore, sir, I wish to assure you that we stand with you as we continue to give unwavering support to your country in all forums, particularly at the United Nations, where we believe the voice of your 23 million inhabitants ought to be heard. It is my fervent wish that you, the participants here this afternoon, will be so motivated by the scholarships and the generosity of our friends from Taiwan that you will redouble your efforts to make yourself your own success stories. I therefore urge you to work hard, work smart, and achieve your educational goals.
Taiwan Ambassador to SVG, Calvin Host, said the most important part of their work here is to contribute to the country's development, which include assistance in education. He said that the Memorandum of Understanding for a Scholarship Program was renewed by both the government of SVG and Taiwan until 2023, with the annual disbursement of bursaries to students in the amount of $120,000.
Year we have, I just mentioned that 524 recipients and students, and will be benefited from this very important program. And in addition, other than this program, our embassy also sent 16 in total Vincentian students to Taiwan to pursue higher education degrees for a couple of years. This year, for 4 or 5 years study in Taiwan, through other 2 scholarship programs. I just mentioned that. Actually, I keep on mentioning this, that a very important part of my work personally is that I always see to help youngsters, young friends to study.
82 students of the SVG Community College will receive their bursaries at a ceremony on Friday, December the 6th. Minister of Tourism, Sports and Culture Cecil Ses-Maki has outlined a number of tourism-related initiatives that the government will undertake in 2020 as they seek to enhance the SVG's tourism industry product. Addressing the Tourism Awards ceremony on Saturday at the Sunset Shores Hotel, Minister Maki said one of the initiatives will be the placement of vending booths at various locations across the island.
We will be constructing a number of additional comfort stations and vending areas across the destination. At Villa, at Brighton Salt Pond, and also at the Châteauguay National Park. Comfort stations will be put in and there will be vending areas. We'd also bring on board the Cayo Village. That would allow us to expand on our offerings in terms of persons visiting the destination and for locals. We would also bring on stream, hopefully in 2020, 2021, a new recreational park somewhere in the Argyle area as well.
Minister Maki listed the many tourism programs and projects that have already started and encouraged persons to take advantage of the opportunities that comes with new developments. He also spoke of the medicinal marijuana industry that has attracted several new investors, which he said is another plus for the local tourism sector.
Geothermal project that would allow us to have renewable energy and flip the equation 80%, 20%, that would also impact positively on the destination. Medicinal marijuana would also have positive impact on the destination. The movement of the port to the lower Kingston area would allow expansion of the tourism offerings at the upper end of Kingston, and that is something that would also impact positively on the destination. The new city at Arnersville would also allow expansion of the business sector and also offerings in the tourism sector, and that would also impact positively on St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Minister Maki also highlighted the activities in sports and culture that have helped to promote the country's tourism product in a positive way, which he said will continue in 2020.
So in 2020, you can also look forward to expansions in sports and culture. We have already started the construction of the running track and football field at Diamond, and that will hopefully be ready for use in the year 2020. We are also doing work at some of our sporting facilities. At Arnersville, we are going to put in a replay screen because we are being called upon to host more and more cricket fixtures, football fixtures, and therefore we have to upgrade. In 2021, in fact, we will get 2 games, West Indies versus Australia, in July at the Arnersville Sporting Complex. And for the next 3 years, we'd also host the West Indies Under-19 tournament right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
President of the SVG Hotel and Tourism Association, Kim Halbish, said that the sector has much career opportunities to offer, which persons need to take advantage of. Halbish, who was also addressing Saturday's Tourism Awards ceremony, said through a career in the industry might be different from a traditional job and challenging at times, it is rewarding for dedicated persons.
You have chosen a career that is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. It comes with long and late hours, often standing all day, dealing with sometimes unpleasable customers, working Christmas Day and Easter when everybody else is holidaying, and that list goes on. Even with all that has just been listed, it is one of the most rewarding career choices. No day is ever the same. It's constantly moving, you're meeting new people, you're learning about new cultures, and The opportunity for advancement is only limited by yourselves. You can move once you put in the work.
Halbish said all tourism stakeholders must continue to strive for excellence in whatever they do as it reflects on the country's overall tourism product.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines is on the cusp of moving to bigger and better things in our industry. But as we grow, we have to be ever mindful of the protection of the development and education of our people, the protection of our natural environment, and the preservation of our heritage. It can all fade away like this, as we can see in our shrinking beaches, dying reefs, and excess litter.
At Saturday's awards ceremony, several stakeholders were awarded for their contribution to the industry. President of the organization, Voice of the Disabled, Cheryl Adams, said persons with disabilities need to come forward and be counted, and that the authorities need to do more to ensure their welfare. Her comments come on the occasion of the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, observed today under the theme, Promoting the Participation of Persons with Disabilities and Their Leadership, taking action on the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Adams said that for too long, persons with disabilities have been disadvantaged, and in some cases it is because of being discriminated against and lack of self-confidence.
More persons with disability to get themselves trained in whatever position they would want to be. I would encourage persons with disability to step up, because, you know, persons seem to think because you have a disability, you are not able to take up any leadership role. And I had an experience just recently that really make me feel, if I should say, upset. Let society know, hey, I am here and my disability does not stop me from being who I want to be. And
Adams, who is blind and has been vocal about the rights of the disabled, said those in authority has to recognize disability as a cross-cutting issue and need to holistically address the problems they face on a daily basis.
Of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I am really calling on them to, you know, we have a ministry for persons with disability, to focus more on persons with disability. There's part of the team that mentioned something where no one should be left behind, and I personally believe in that we should be given the opportunity, the rights of our normal citizens. What they're having, we should have it. So if I am a teacher, you can't limit me because you might say, oh, I didn't go to teachers college, or I didn't this or I didn't that. What did you do? So we need to put things in place so persons with disability can take up their actual role.
The Voice of the Disabled organization, which is 3 years old, has been facing a number of challenges. However, its president said they are moving ahead and looking forward to improve the lives of persons who are disabled in SVG.
VOD Center next year, God spare my life, we are hoping to begin some training there in braille literacy, the use of computer, basket making, mop making. We are hoping that we would be able to do tissue, tie-dyeing, cooking, and all of these kind of things, because all of this kind of training will help a person with a disability to take up their leadership role in their homes, and then they will move it out to their community and into their business places.
Since 1992, the International Day of Persons with Disabilities has been observed annually on 3rd of December around the world. In observance of the day, the UN headquarters today hosted a panel discussion on new initiatives for disability inclusion and a spotlight event to discuss sport as a powerful enabler of peace and sustainable development through the empowerment of persons with disabilities. A 4-member delegation led by Minister of Education Sinclair Prince is represented SVG at the 11th Caribbean Conference on Comprehensive Disaster Management in St. Martin. The conference, which is being hosted by the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, SEDEMA, under the theme, The Road to Resilience Checkpoint 2019, Safeguard Our Communities, Livelihoods and Economies, opened on Monday and will culminate on Friday, December the 6th. Minister Prince was expected to deliver the feature address at a school safety session today in the capacity of chairman of the Comprehensive School Safety Initiative. This is a follow-up to the Ministers of Education's meeting held earlier this year. The other members of the Vincentian delegation are Director of NEMO, Michelle Forbes, Senior Assistant Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Naomi Shallow, and Youth Representative, Dandre Tony. Testing and safe sex practices goes hand in hand in the fight against the spread of HIV and AIDS. With this in mind, members of the National HIV/AIDS Secretariat today took the message of safe sex to the students of the Technical Division of the SVG Community College. The students were educated on proper condom use as well as the various sexually transmitted diseases. Some students also took the opportunity to have rapid tests done. Representatives of the HIV/AIDS unit, Winfield Tanis Abbott, said that the activity is one of several being held this week in commemoration of World AIDS Day in observance on December the 1st.
This young generation, and I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to protect themselves, because even though there's medication for HIV, but if you can live a clean, healthy life, we at the National AIDS Secretariat will rather that. And we were happy to come here at the Technical College, and we celebrated World AIDS Day on Sunday with the theme Communities Make a Difference. And if Technical College can make a difference that has over 300 students here, what a big difference that can be throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines, knowing that a school has started, and I think other schools should follow suit.
Tanis said throughout the week, similar activities will be conducted at other educational institutions nationwide.
On Thursday to the Community College and Teachers College, we will be there on Thursday, I think from 9 a.m. as well. And I am advising all one, get tested, know your status. If you're sexually active, use a condom. Not just use a condom, understand and know how to use a condom, how to put a condom on, and make sure that if you're going to have sex, you're the one, put the condom on who you're going to have sex with.
Tanis said the message of safe sex is not limited to students and reiterated the call for persons to know their status.
The whole of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, once you're sexually active, or once you know that you'd have had sex and not sure if a condom was on or if that condom broke, to get tested. Always good to know your status. And also encourage your friends, encourage your mother, it doesn't matter who you are. And don't tell me, oh, my boyfriend only have me. You may be the only person, you know you're only having sex with him, but do you know if he's only having sex with you? So, to be sure, have yourself tested. Know your status.
In other news, a 7-year-old student of the Bukamek Government School reportedly drowned earlier today in a river at the Peniston area. According to the reports, the deceased Roshana Batiste came from school and went to the river to bathe, at which time she experienced difficulties in the water. She was reportedly removed from the water by a family member who tried to resuscitate her with no avail. We'll bring you more of the incident in tomorrow's newscast. Police have arrested and charged 30-year-old Tyson Spencer of Green Hill with 1 count of attempted murder and 2 counts of wounding with intent. The police say Spencer, allegedly armed with a gun, shot men, a 23-year-old auxiliary police officer, a 28-year-old driver, and a 32-year-old unemployed at Heritage Square in Capital Kingston. 2 of the victims are currently nursing injuries at the Milton K2 Memorial Hospital. The accused man appeared before the Serious Offences Court yesterday for an arraignment and was denied bail. The Kalyakoa 9 Mornings Committee today launched its activities at the Town Hall under the theme Circle of Love, a Community of Sharing. The activities will commence on December the 14th. Treasurer of the Kaliakwa 9 Mornings Committee, Marlon Joseph, said the activities will stay true to the meaning of Christmas.
Involving not only the young or the middle-aged, we are looking to incorporate everybody. In fact, we have an aspect that would be similar to like a trip down memory lane, where we would have elders from the community who would come and reminisce for maybe about 5 minutes about how Christmas used to be back in their time, so that we can have an appreciation of how much has changed and how much some things have remained the same. Because we think it is important to put into context how Christmas used to be traditionally celebrated within St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and for us to remain or to pay homage to those traditions while we are open to accepting new innovative ways in which we celebrate Christmas today. But the bottom line is to put in Jesus at the center of the season, because he is the reason for the season, and hence our reason for bringing the churches on board.
Joseph said because the activities will be family-oriented, there is a restriction on alcohol.
Promoting this event as an ideal family event. We want persons to come out and have clean fun with their families, right? So originally we had suggested that we would prohibit the sale of alcohol, but then we thought, okay, we can maybe come to a compromise, because we know that Christmas, it's a festive season. So what we've decided is that we would not allow the sale of any alcoholic beverage that is above 8% in volume of alcohol, right? And I think that would mean that most the regular lagers and beers would fall within that restriction, right? We know that this is a season when persons can feel that they are at liberty to overindulge in both food and drink, but we do not want persons to become too spirited that they end up affecting the overall spirit of the season, if you know what I mean. So hence that restriction.
The Community Secretary, Mishka Young, highlighted the activities children can look forward to during the Kaliakwa 9 Mornings activities.
Children from preschool age right up to maybe I'd say the 18-year-olds would go in the children corner. We have Christmas stories, we have Christmas quiz, we have 18. We have games, we have competitions, we have balloon blowing, hula hoop dancing, there's chicken races. We're going to have them being creative. I give a line and they have to come with a whole rhyme. And we have very attractive prizes for them. Prizes from Subway, prizes from Coca-Cola, Toasty, Chill Spot. So you know what they're getting, they're not getting. And we have some nice prizes from Jack's as well. Digicels on board, so you know what they'll be getting. We're bringing back a little tradition, so they're going to do some hopscotch, some 1, 2, 3 red lights. Bring back the old time things, so that they're going to know what Christmas was like for their grandparents in the community to what they have now with the tablets where they sit and look at. Thanks to Dr. Duggan, we have the backyard Duggan shop where we're going to have a bouncing castle. The children would be there bouncing, so they would be supervised while the adults taking the entertainment on stage as well.